Hi, I'm CJ Altenberg at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We appreciate you tuning in this morning. This morning we're going to go over a brand new living quarters that we just got in. This is a 2021 Cimarron Norstar 3-horse living quarters. Now this trailer here has a 12/8 short wall. It is a ProLine XP by Outlaw conversions. So a ProLine model is their production model. We have a set kind of number of options that we can do on that layout itself, but it's still an Outlaw conversion itself, so it's still hardwood cabinetry. Again, we just have maybe a few color options to go over, and then maybe a few a handful of options that we can put on these trailers, where in an Outlaw, sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. Like I mentioned, it's a 12/8 short wall. This is a 3-horse living quarters. So this trailer here is 7'7" tall. It's 8 foot wide, and it's 27 foot on the floor. So this is a very easy and manageable trailer to get in and out of places. This one here, you could actually pull into a lot of, parking lots, whether it's like a Walmart, a grocery store, anything like that, to where you need to maneuver around and it's a little bit tighter. This is still a very manageable size trailer right here. But we really like this 12/8 short wall on this trailer here. It's just a really nice layout. We'll jump into that and we'll take a look, and let's walk you through this trailer. So like I mentioned, this is a ProLine XP by Outlaw conversions. One thing that Outlaw does is they are RVI certified. They actually have inspectors come in, make sure everything is up to their standards. You can take these trailers to about any campground, any national park, any fairgrounds, and you are going to meet the criteria. There are some companies that aren't RVI certified. Some people want to go and do an at-home conversion. We actually kind of steer them away from that. The reason why is you're not going to get that certification, and that will allow you to go anywhere with this trailer and you meet standards as far as what has been put out there. The other thing is RVI, the certification, and that the industry itself, that association will go in and they will lobby for us in order to go to these trailheads and go to these trail rides and be able to take these rigs down the road. So that's a really important thing that Outlaw does, that a lot of companies out there don't do. So let's go ahead and take a peek at this trailer. So I really like this layout. I mean, again, it's a 12/8 short wall. By doing that, I'll point out a couple things that we get. But this is, if it's a smaller family or it's a couple that are just traveling together, I mean, it's just a really nice size layout. I mean, you get a bed up there in the gooseneck area. You've got some additional cabinetry up there. Over here you get some additional cabinets, on each side of the bed, but then also you have this flat screen TV. It is on an arm, so it will pivot. So again, if you're up in the bed to sleep at night and you want to turn this guy on, this will release, swing this direction. If you're sitting here at the couch, you can swing it this direction as well. But then, you get a lot of cabinetry in this 12/8, so a lot of storage. So you have storage here. They're really good at coming up with just little unique places that, why waste this space? Let's go ahead and put a shelf in there. Additional storage, a nice step getting up into that area as well. And then we have storage up above. So again, hardwood cabinetry. You can feel the weight when you open these up. And I know you're looking at this on a video, so you can't tell this, but when you come in and you grab these cabinet doors, there's weight to them. I mean, that is hardwood cabinetry. It's not cheap. It's not like a piece of paper in your hand. And you're going to be opening and closing these. We are also going down the road. These are earthquake-like conditions when we're driving these trailers down the roads. So things are going to, have the potential to move. If you look at these older Outlaw conversions, when they come in on trade, they look like they did when they were first built, as long as that customer took care of them. To where we'll see some other conversion companies or lower end conversion companies, to where all these will be sagging. You almost have to lift both of them up to shut them. you know, it's not going to have that perfect fit and finish there. Things will sag, things will fall apart, you know, over time. So when you're getting an Outlaw, you're getting quality. Over here you got a sofa sleeper that'll fold down into a bed. It's jackknife style, very easy to operate. You just pull up. Now you've got a secondary bed down here. We went with the darker package on this one as far as the stain on the wood itself, on the sofa, and then we went with the lighter for the soft touch walls. These kind of pieces on the valances, on the back of the couch. Just the contrast is really, really nice. I mean, I really like the way that this color turned out when we put it all together. And then we went with the silver accent kind of throughout the trailer. So kind of some nail head covers, your pulls, and then silver behind your kitchen area as far as a backsplash, and then all your hardware for your sinks. So here in the kitchen area, you have a 2-burner recessed with a glass cover. Kitchen sink with a cover as well. And then we've got a microwave with a vent hood as well on that. So just a really well-equipped trailer. Now, what's kind of cool too is with this layout, I mean, the way we have really strived over the last couple of years and put a lot of emphasis on getting the kitchen area away from the gooseneck drop wall where the living quarters is. And honestly, a lot of that has to do with our female buyers. A lot of customers have come in and said, I do not want my sink in where I prepare my food, right where my feet are, where I'm sleeping. So we've put a lot of emphasis on our inventory getting that away. If we can do it, we will. So we try to get everything away. But then what it also does is if you're sitting at this couch and somebody's preparing food, you can get in and out. I mean, there is room. I mean, I can be preparing food here. Somebody can get up from the couch, walk past me, and get into the bathroom. We're not having to shuffle around each other. So this layout flows extremely well. And then when you get into this little bit, you know, these little bit larger, you know, if you get above an 8-foot, 9-foot short wall, you get into that 10, you know, foot short wall plus range, you get the ability to put in these bigger refrigerators and freezers, the 6.0s. On the smaller layouts, you're very limited, so you can only do a 3.0, which is the refrigerator freezer combination, and then we usually have to locate it underneath your cooktop, and then you're going to lose additional storage by doing that. But one of the cool things about this layout too is when you get into the bathroom here is just this right in here is where the additional footage has really come into play. So there in the living quarters, you're very similar to about a 10-foot, 10/8 short wall up there. But then when we go to a 12/8, this is where you gain a lot of that, is right in here in this bathroom area. I mean, this is a good sized bathroom. You can work around each other. You can actually stand in front of the sink. I don't have to hover over the toilet or lean over, anything like that. I can sit right here in front of this vanity, you know, get ready. Again, not having to be hovering over that. And then they've also gone in and gotten you a bunch of storage. So here's a great linen closet behind the toilet. That is a porcelain toilet as well. It's not just a cheap plastic one. And then back over here is a nice big double close rod closet. Again, this is where you get a lot of that additional footage, is in this area. So we've got a base in here for our table that goes out there to the sofa sleeper. But then also, if you kind of look down to the bottom there, you see an access door for the water pump. Outlaw does such a good job on just making sure everything is very accessible. I mean, when you get into a smaller living quarters, you're kind of limited, but they put a lot of emphasis on, hey, let's just make it to where we can get to anything and everything. Because every once in a while you do need to work on something, or, you know, it's winter time here in Colorado, so we need to winterize this trailer. That water pump's really easy to get to. And then you get the radius shower with the skylight. So that skylight, just for taller individuals, just gives you a little bit more headroom. And then also just it along with the power vent above us you just get a lot of natural lighting here in the bathroom as well. And then you get your pocket door, so we're not having to worry about a door swinging one way or the other or trying to get around that. We really like those pocket doors from that standpoint. And one of the last things I'll kind of point out too is, yes, we have our AC, we have our furnace, but in these Outlaws we get the ducting as well. So, you know, I'm not just getting my airflow for my air conditioner from right here, one central location. With this having the ducted air, I can force air up into the sleeping area, and then I can also force it back into the bathroom. Because if you think about this, if that door is shut right there, and this guy is running, we're not getting air in there if this is where the air is actually coming from. So by that ducting, we can actually keep this living space a very manageable and very consistent temperature throughout it. And then also with the heat strip, when your furnace, when it's running, that heat will rise and you can actually circulate it through this whole cabin area as well. Outside the living quarters here, you'll notice we've got exterior speakers. There's an exterior plug as well. There's a light out here. So these little items like that, you know, this is a great place to entertain outside. You know, not all of our time is spent in that living quarters itself. Sometimes we like to sit out here. You have this electric awning. That is a Carefree awning. There is a cover on there that will protect from UV rays on there. You know, we're used to seeing more of the aluminum cover. This is actually attached to the fabric. But this guy will roll out. Again, you can hang out here, enjoy some music, make some food, and just relax with your friends and family. Because that's kind of the most important things with this is, right? We want to go enjoy ourselves, and why not have a nice trailer to go to those type of events and things we want to do with friends and family. Back here at the axles, you have two 8,000-pound rubber torsion axles. Those are 16-inch aluminum wheels. Those are standard. And then those are 14-ply tires that are nitrogen filled. So the nitrogen filled is going to make sure we're not having major fluctuations in PSI levels. You know, here in Colorado, we have really cool nights, really hot days in the summertime, so temperatures can vary. When those PSI levels drop, those tires are going to heat up and they're going to cause blowouts. Airplanes actually use nitrogen-filled tires for that reason. Temperature changes, altitude changes. It can really wreak havoc on PSI levels. So Cimarron's gone in with Lion's Head as the vendor for our wheels and tires and put those on there. They're also balanced. And the other cool thing is you get a warranty with these wheels and tires. You have a limited lifetime warranty on the wheels itself. But then you also get a 1-year no questions asked warranty on those tires. If you catch a nail, you have a blowout, if something can't be repaired, they'll send you a new tire, no questions asked. And then you also get 2 years of roadside assistance. So that's a pretty cool little thing. One more thing I want to point out before we kind of move on is on our living quarters and then our bigger 8-foot wide trailers, we've been going in and putting that amber turn signal. We understand that these are bigger, longer rigs. People don't pay attention to trailers as much, don't give us the space. You know, we want them to be able to know that, hey, I'm trying to get over. So this indicator will come on when I'm trying to turn my turn signals on. It'll indicate when my brakes are on, and then it will actually run as the running lights as well. You can kind of see those on the fender and then right there. So it's a really nice big indicator for you as you're driving too. You can look down the side of this trailer and see that. Up above, we put a 6-foot sheeted hay rack up there. And behind it is a platform, and then in this box is our Onan 4000 onboard generator. So this generator is actually running right now. We've had it running during this whole time. I'm sure you couldn't even pick it up when we're in the living quarters. You really can't even tell it's on when you're in the living quarters. but it's just really quiet. We can power everything on this trailer with that generator. So if you do go out in your trail riding and you go to a trailhead and there's no power available, well, you're fine. You can turn that guy on and run your AC, run your microwave, run all your lights and TV and radio and all that kind of good stuff as well. Now as we get back to the horse part, we never want to forget the horse part. I mean, this is a horse trailer. We want to take care of them. So there's a couple things that I'll point out that Cimarron does, but let's go kind of through on how we optioned it, and then I'll touch on those. So first, we have a folding rear tack, 3-tier saddle rack that is removable. So if I wanted to maybe use this to haul a four-wheeler or something like that, I can remove that very easily, collapse it down, put the four-wheeler in there. You say, hey man, a ramp would really be nice on this trailer. Well, we can add that. We can remove the rubber bumper, attach it to the trailer, it folds up over the rear doors. So if you have a horse that really likes a rear ramp, or again, if you're wanting to haul some toys and have that available to you at all times, we can do that as well. On the door, you have a 4-tier blanket pole rack. It is on a gas shock, and then a brush tray down low for little miscellaneous items. Now as we get into the stall area, like I mentioned, this is a 3-horse. First stall, we're gonna have a stud divider, so it goes clear to the ground. You know, maybe you're not hauling 3 head, maybe you're hauling 2 head, 1 head. This is an additional place for some additional items, hay, feed. Maybe it's your cooler that you're taking with you, your lawn chairs, anything like that. You can put that in this first stall because I can access it from the escape door on the outside. But that stud divider makes sure things aren't getting underneath horses in transit. That's the last thing we want, is stuff working its way back, getting under them as we're going down the road, not even knowing about it. 3 big bus windows. Cimarron does a really good job on really putting these massive windows in here so we can get a lot of airflow through these trailers. But then also look at the kick mats, but where the actual divider latches are. You know, everything is, you know, flush to the wall, nothing's protruding out. This is a cast aluminum piece that's been powder coated on this outside piece. And then we use a heavy duty UHMW plastic. So we never have metal to metal contact where the divider actually sits. So it's anti-rattle. It's not gonna make a lot of noise in here, which is really, really nice. Let's keep those animals as comfortable and this area as quiet as possible. Speaking of that, we put pads on the dividers. Again, for a little bit more kind of horse comfort there. And these actually have nice big springs. I mean, we're not holding these dividers over. When you go to open them, these springs will naturally take the divider over to driver's side of the trailer. I mean, we're actually on a slant this way as we're sitting here, and these guys want to pull this way. So you're not having to hold dividers and get horses loaded or hold them over trying to get everything unloaded. So we talked about kind of some of the features back here, but now I want to talk to you about how these trailers are made and how we're kind of taking care of our animals. I mentioned the flush wall mount paddle latches, but everything in here has a radius. All these dividers, everything has a nice smooth radius, no 90-degree angles, no sharp objects, nothing protruding out from the wall. You know, horse safety is #1 to Cimarron and for us as well. And when we talk about that, the floor I'm standing on is the industry's best flooring. This is an all aluminum trailer. So the very first thing I tell customers that say, hey, what's the easiest way to tell quality of a trailer, is I said, crawl underneath and look. Because when you get underneath a Cimarron, this is a 12-inch deck board with 4-inch centers, and there is a V-truss in the middle. So wherever there's a hoof standing, or wherever I'm standing on multiple support beams across this trailer. Think of hoof size. Every 4 inches we have that extruded aluminum piece. It's not a piece of aluminum that's laid down on those trusses that some manufacturers will do. No, this is one full piece. So we have the industry's best floor there. Our upright posts are more of a square. You'll kind of notice on the roof here, these are more of a rectangle. That's what a lot of competitors use on their upright posts. So it's the same amount of aluminum in the upright post that Cimarron uses. It's more of a square, but this will wobble like a noodle in a 20-foot stick when I grab it in my hands, to where the pieces on the upright post, it's more of a fluid pencil, just up and down. It's one motion. So best floor, strongest upright post, and then we're going to get into the insulated roof that's standard on every single Cimarron as well. So we're going to keep our stall area 20% cooler. So again, we're keeping our animals comfortable and safe as we're going in transit, because there's a lot of times that, you know, airflow is really nice. You know, think about a breeze on a really hot 95-degree day on asphalt. It's okay. But when there's not that breeze, man, it's miserably hot. So if we get in a traffic jam, or, you know, have to be stopped for a little while before we can unload, you know, that dead air, you know, that non-air movement is going to make it hotter. So an aluminum sheeted roof will run 20% hotter than it will inside this Cimarron. When we go to shows, you'll see us in the summertime sitting in the trailers because it's cooler. And then also, if we bring you here to the lot in the summertime, I'll take you to one manufacturer's trailer that's all sealed up, and then I'll take you to Cimarron, and you can feel a difference in there. So we're keeping them nice and comfortable and cool. And the other thing is with that insulated roof is it will take substantial hail. I mean, we can walk on this, I can jump on that roof, and it will not dent it. I would not attempt that on aluminum sheeted roof. It will damage it. And then the other thing is the big framed heavy duty doors. And we'll look at it when we get to the mangers and drop windows on the other side. But these are massive frame doors. This is all framework right here. So these doors are something we're going to open every time we use this trailer. We want them to hold up over time. And again, if you start with quality, you're not going to have the issues on having to fix things and things falling apart. So massive framed doors. You can also see they're welded hinges with grease zerks on them. So they're really nice and easy to maintain. And these doors are so stout that they've taken just a standard 3-horse gooseneck, opened up the back doors, they put a floor jack underneath the door and picked the back of the trailer up. And it didn't tweak the door, didn't tweak the hinges or anything. That's how stout these trailers are made. I'll shut this tack door because I want to show you the ladder so you can access, you know, your hay rack, your generator up top on that platform. But this is an easy angle ladder. Again, these guys are so innovative at Cimarron, and we try to make everything as easy for you, as comfortable for the animals as possible. But I can lift that up, extend it out, and now I can go up that ladder very easily. You know, it's not like I have to go straight up the side. I've had to do that on some other trailers before. It is never fun, especially when you're trying to carry something. If it's got some moisture, it's slippery, you can slip. I've hit my shins, I don't know how many times on those ladders that go straight up and down. But that easy angle ladder is so nice for that reason. Over here on driver's side at the back, here's our fuel fill for that Onan generator. So again, driver's side. I think all the big manufacturers, as far as the diesel pickups go, all fuel fills are on driver's side. So we can fuel up at the pump with the truck, pull up with the trailer, and fuel up this gas generator. And right here is the fuel cell itself. Again, Outlaw does a great job on making sure we're not losing a ton of manger space by putting that fuel cell in there. I mean, you can still access, you know, these 2 compartment doors for some additional storage for you. And again, even these doors are nice and heavy duty. Again, everything that we're gonna be able to open and close here on the Cimarron side is just, it's big, it's heavy duty, it's gonna hold up for you over time. The other cool thing is all of these door latches, living quarters, rear tack doors, mangers, drop windows, everything's keyed alike too. So it's just one key for everything. So that's really nice as well. There's our escape door going into stall 1. And there's those heavy duty drop windows that I was mentioning as well. Same massive framework that we see on the doors on the back of this trailer. So again, All aluminum construction. We've got a ProLine XP by Outlaw Conversions in there. I touched on the tire warranty. On the trailer side, you're going to get an 8-year structure warranty, a 3-year hardware warranty from Cimarron, and then in the living quarters from Outlaw, you're going to get a 1-year manufacturer's warranty on that. And then also you get 24/7, 365 days customer service available to you. If you have an issue, you can call them. They'll walk you through it. They have certified service centers all over the country, which is another great benefit. I kind of touched on that RVIA, but they can find you somewhere that you can get this trailer to and get you taken care of if something needs addressed or it's a warranty issue or anything like that. So that's another thing that they've done. And I'm going to bring you to this side of the trailer, and I'll show you a couple things underneath, just because we've got it hooked to this hauler and the way we've got it positioned here. Now you get a good view. You've got a single leg electric over hydraulic jack with the manual override. We upgrade you to the two 30-pound LP bottles. We really have gone away from all the 20-pound LP bottles because we understand you're going out, you're using this. Let's get you some more capacity there. So we've upgraded all of our Cimarron trailers to 30-pound LP bottles, and then you've got a battery box up above that's going to store our batteries for this trailer. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to walk around this really cool hauler that's attached to this trailer as well right now. If you want to stick around, Larry's going to do a video on this as well. They carry these new haulers. They do get some used ones in now and then, so if you're in the market for something like that, give us a call. They also get some really nice used pickups in as well here at our Frederick location. But this, again, is a 2021 Cimarron Norstar 3-horse LQ. It is stock number 5N 200-715. So if you're interested in it, give us a call. Anybody on the sales team can help you out. We can custom build you something. We can tell you what else we have on order. If you call and say, hey, we want this in a 4-horse, well, we actually have one of those as well. I believe it is actually sitting here on the lot. We've got multiple other sizes. We've got bigger, we got smaller. We try to keep a very wide variety on hand or on order for you at all times. So we appreciate you tuning in. Give us a call, 303-684-3400. We appreciate you tuning in. Have a good day.